Tell us who you are in the world. Give us your labels and what you do. Like, tell us more about that.
So my meta label is learner. That's my umbrella. I love to learn all the time. And within that, I'm learning in a lot of different areas. So I'm learning as a mom. I have a 14-year-old daughter, an 11-year-old son, learning as a wife to my husband, who I've been married to for almost 20 years. I'm learning as an executive coach. So I work with leaders and teams, mostly in workplace settings, and do both conscious leadership work and Enneagram work. So I love to work with teams. That just is what lights me up. I also do strategic planning and with organizations. And that's actually what led me to the conscious leadership work. Is I was like, we can put all these plans together, but if we're really not getting to candor and letting go of blame and judgment, finding curiosity and all these amazing things that are part of conscious leadership practices, why are we creating these plans in the first place? So that's, these days, I really like to do the deep work with leaders and teams so that they can see their own reactive patterns, and then they can be with each other. And then when they come together as a group, the work that they want to do in the world, their purpose-driven work, it just gets amplified when they do this type of deep self-awareness work first. That's what I love to do. I love to be in conversation with people all day long doing this deep work, and then seeing the ripple effects that it has in the world.
It has such huge ripple effects. So I'm really grateful for the work you do with leaders. And, one of the things I love is, parenting is leadership, and leadership is really just influence. And for the work that I've done in the world with leaders, like, I don't know about your experience, but all of it always trickles down to personal relationship.
Yes.
Have you found
Amen.
that? It's all about. So if you are a parent, you are a leader. You're one of the most fundamental, important leaders in my mind that there is, because we are leading effectively. We are influencing the next generation with every breath we take. So there's no role, I think, that could be more significant to take responsibility for than your role as parent leader.
Well, and absolutely. And the definition of conscious leadership and how we use it is leadership is taking responsibility for how we're showing up in the world and the impact that we're having on others. So anyone is a leader. When we are really saying like this, I'm going to take responsibility for how I'm showing up in the world. And then the conscious part of it is, can I show up with greater access to three things, what we call IQ, EQ, and BQ, which really just means my intellect, which a lot of us get a lot of training in, my emotional intelligence, which we don't always get training in.
Nope.
And then my body intelligence, which we really don't get training in.
Zero.
And so when we bring all of those, what I call centers of intelligence together, we're a whole person. And then whatever shows up in the moment, we can be with that because we're accessing all of those centers of intelligence. So that's really what conscious means, is being present now in an untriggered state with greater access to those three things, IQ, EQ, and BQ. So parenting is the ultimate practice of conscious leadership, because it's how are we showing up, and can we show up in a way where we're present in the moment and we're using all of our centers of intelligence.
Yep. And we have a whole module just talking about that. So I'm really excited to teach that in the course. So if you're not registered for the course, you're definitely going to want to sign up for, I don't know what module it is yet, but for the module in which we're talking about how do you tap into those centers of intelligence so that you can access all of that intelligence, all that innovation, all of that creativity, all the goodies that come with the package when you're born that you lose access to throughout the course of life. So I'm really excited to meet you there with Stephanie and learn all the goodness so that you can bring more consciousness to your life as a parent, as a partner, and just as a person. So I'm excited to see you there.
Can't wait.
Thank you, my friend.